Friends, there is no doubt that the most beautiful relationship in this world is the bond of motherhood. A mother loves her child in a way no one else can. A mother cannot find peace until her child is fed. When a child is crying, a mother instinctively knows the reason behind it. If the child is in pain, the mother understands. If the child is hungry or if their sleep is disturbed, the mother knows it all. But ladies and gentlemen, there was one little girl who was left to die by her mother in a locked house. She met a kind-hearted woman who took her in, raised her, and changed her world. Now, this little girl is living a new life in a completely different world. In today's video, we will tell you the story of a little girl named Liza. It is a heartbreaking story that will help you understand the true essence of relationships. You will realize that some relationships are based on feelings and humanity, while others, despite being blood relations, are not always truly connected. Please make sure to watch this video until the end. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please do so now and click the bell icon to turn on notifications so you receive updates for all future videos. Do you think blood relationships are the most important, or do you believe that emotional bonds also hold immense value? Liza was a little girl whose mother, named Lidsey, abandoned her in a locked house. Lidsey was a school teacher, and things had never been good between her and her husband. They had a son and a daughter, Liza. One day, an argument escalated, leading to divorce. The husband said he would keep the son, and the responsibility of the daughter would be hers. But Lidsey refused, leaving the girl behind and locking her in the house before both of them left. The house, being a disputed property, was soon emptied and locked. However, the little girl was still inside. Days passed and the child began to cry out loud. She was probably hungry, and no one was there to feed her. The environment was filled with fear and horror since no one else was in the house. Eventually, a neighbor heard the sound of crying and saw a light on in the house. He called the police, informing them about the situation. They immediately responded, knocking on the door and inspecting the roof, but they couldn't find a way inside. They eventually broke down the back door and entered to find the little girl lying on the dirty floor, crying and starving. The police took her to their vehicle and rushed her to the hospital. At the hospital, doctors immediately fed the little girl and gave her a drip to stabilize her. Another woman named Alexa was at the hospital with her own child. When she saw the little girl, she asked the doctors about her guardians. The doctors explained that the child was abandoned, with no one to claim her. They said the police found her crying in the locked house, and they brought her to the hospital for treatment. Alexa was deeply moved by the sight of the child. Tears filled her eyes, and she said, "I want to take this little girl home with me. If she truly has no family, I will raise her. You can keep my number, and if her mother or anyone else comes looking for her, you can contact me." She took the girl in her car and brought her home. When she told her husband about it, he hesitated but agreed, saying, "If you want to raise this child, I have no problem with it." Alexa took care of the girl, providing for her needs, food, clothes, and an education. The little girl, once severely ill due to the mental stress and pressure, was now healthy and thriving. She grew to love Alexa as her mother, and she considered Alexa's home as her own. As time passed, Liza's real mother, Lidsey, started searching for her. She visited police stations and hospitals, trying to trace the whereabouts of her child. Eventually, she learned that her daughter had been taken by a woman named Alexa. Lidsey found Alexa's number and contacted her. When Lidsey saw Liza, she was astonished by how well she was doing. She was beautiful, well-mannered, and educated. Lidsey introduced herself as Liza's biological mother and explained how years ago she had left her in that house due to her marital problems. She said, "I want you to come live with me now. I gave birth to you. I'm your mother, and you should be with me." But Liza firmly rejected her. She said, "Yes, you gave birth to me, but you didn't care for me or fulfill your duties as a mother. I have no feelings for you. Alexa is my real mother now. She raised me and gave me everything I needed. I consider her my mother, and I don't wish to leave her. I don't want to go with you." Lidsey was left in tears, realizing her mistake. She acknowledged that Alexa was the one who had raised her daughter, given her a home and a future. Alexa had provided love, education, and care. Lidsey, understanding the strength of the bond between Liza and Alexa, left with tears in her eyes. This story is about a girl who was not raised by her biological mother, but by a woman with a heart full of compassion. Over time, the emotional bond between them grew stronger than any blood relation. This bond became unbreakable, and for Liza, Alexa was her true mother. Friends, what do you think about this? Do you think blood relations are always the most important, or do emotional connections also have great value? Please share your thoughts in the comments section. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel, share this video, and like it. Take care and see you in the next video. Allah Hafiz.